And one of the first things that she said when she came back from the verdict, when we went into the conference room, was, "I am so sorry to all these women."
She said that?
Yes.
Okay, shut up, Amber. You're such a... Okay, so throughout this court case, I was not only picking on Amber, but also her lawyers, because they were completely incompetent. And a lot of people were always telling me, oh, you can't hate on the lawyers, right? Because it's just their job, right? They're not this incompetent. They just have a bad client. And I would constantly, every single video, I'd tell you guys, no, the lawyers are actually terrible as well, and they don't understand anything. They're horrible lawyers, right? And finally, today, I can prove all those people wrong. Okay, so Amber Heard's attorney went on television, and after the loss of Amber Heard, she's just like, oh yeah, this was completely wrong. We're definitely gonna appeal. The entire process was televised, and that's why they won. They only won because Johnny Depp is famous, which is the dumbest argument ever after the mountains of evidence we saw. And as a lawyer, not willing to accept that is completely pathetic.
We heard Amber's reaction to the verdict yesterday. This seems to be a huge victory for Johnny Depp this morning.
Yeah, a major setback for women.
Okay, so I love the tone already. The casters are huge victory for Johnny Depp. She's like, huge setback for women. I mean, that's not what she said, but you are definitely a lawyer. You'll be like, yes, and then say your own argument for sure.
I mean, inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom.
Because?
Because basically what this said, you know, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed.
What about the evidence from the other side, moron? Like, what about Johnny Depp's side of evidence? Like, Amber Heard literally had nobody. It was just her sister that was a witness, and then everybody else was paid people. Johnny Depp had people come out from every single aspect of his life. Amber Heard hired a private investigator to go 30 years in the past to look for bad things he did and find nothing. That's like... You can't say there was evidence for her.
But look at all the women who have no evidence. All these women who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse, they don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is, unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you, you're out of luck.
But Elaine, I think it was...
Okay, so... this is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, okay? So you're telling me we should just convict people without evidence? Are you a moron? Like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm being a bit rude. Are you a moron? Like, what is this? She's a lawyer. Can we just get it through our heads? This is a lawyer, a person who operates solely based on evidence and tries to convey their argument based on the evidence, okay? I cannot imagine somebody who studied law, and this is apparently a well-respected lawyer. No longer, obviously, because this court case exposed how much of a complete fraud she is and what she'll do for attention and money, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, you can say that, okay, Amber Heard paid her, so she has to be on her side. Okay, then why is she still on her side after the court case is over? Nobody's forcing her to go on these news outlets and side with Amber after the court case is over. She's clearly on Amber's side. You can't use the lawyer defense. I hate these people. They're so dumb, bro. Lawyers a noble job. Shut the hell up, bro. Get out of here. Like, oh my god, dude, that's giving me a bigger headache.
Bigger than that, because you had the evidence, as you say, but they did not believe her. Why do you think they did not believe her?
Because she's known for lying, bro.
A lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp. I think the celebrity status.
But she's a celebrity too.
Oh my god, just catching her instantly, bro.
But she's
I will admit, okay, Johnny is a higher profile celebrity, but does that affect court cases? Absolutely not. You think the jury is there just to suck on their thumb there? You think the judge is just sitting there just like, oh, okay, why are they even having the goddamn court case if it was based on celebrity status?
But you have to remember, it's a tale of two trials. All the evidence came in the UK. Mr. Depp brought that one. The burden of proof was on the son in the UK because they had called him a wife beater and talked about the domestic violence. He had his opportunity to tell the truth then. and a 3-week trial.
Okay, listen, I don't know what went down in the UK because clearly I had no idea any of this was going on back then. If I was going on, I wasn't even making videos back then, all right? A lot changes in that time. So I'm sure if I looked at that trial, I'd be able to spot something that wasn't, you know, the same as this trial. Like, you can't just bring up the old thing and be like, as if, like, what happened to this trial? We just looked at all the evidence right there. Like,
He lost. The judge found 12 acts of domestic violence, including violence, and that came out November 2, 2020. We weren't allowed to tell the jury that.
Well,
yet no charges were filed. So you're telling me Johnny Depp was charged for 12 acts of DV and also SV and did not go to jail. That is completely ridiculous. You never charged it because you didn't believe it actually happened. You were just trying to get the victory, you know? It's just like...
It's a different system, and the judge, it wasn't a jury, it was a judge. The judge said it was substantially true, and that is significant, and I think surprised a lot of legal analysts. But, you know, in this case, the jury not only didn't believe Amber Heard, but in ruling that she acted with actual malice, that means she had the intent to cause harm, right? That's a pretty high standard to have proven.
Yeah,
And it's
but it
pretty
was
amazing.
completely clear from her crazy maniacal laughs that we saw in the audio. She is completely insane, all right? I'm sorry for pausing
And
so
since
much,
the
sorry.
op-ed never even mentioned Mr. Depp, you have to remember that. What they learned from the UK case is to demonize
She admitted.
Amber, which is
She
what
admitted
they
she
did,
wrote it
and to
about
try to
Depp.
suppress as much of the evidence that came in the UK and did not come in the United States. But the other problem is we had cameras in the courtroom. So here we had, not only did we have a group of Depp fans that were there every day, 100 were allowed in. They lined up at 1 o'clock in the morning for their wristbands to be in that courtroom. But we had everything on camera, and we had tremendous social
Okay, so how does that affect the case at all? Is the judge a Depp fan? Is that what you're telling me? Like, that doesn't affect the case. The fact that they're lining up outside the goddamn room, right? They want to support somebody who's been wronged. What's so wrong in that? Like,
that was very, very, very much against Amber. Very
It was
demonized.
pointed out that that was the first time that
Justifiably.
a victim of sexual abuse had to testify on live television.
And I fought hard and lost that battle. It should not have happened.
So I am a former NFL player, and after a hard loss, it's easy to wake up and point to the other side. Oftentimes, I realized the better thing to do was to look in the mirror. What mistakes did I make
he's calling
as a
her
player?
out.
What mistakes did our coaching staff make? And then how can we improve from there? Do you feel like you guys made any mistakes along the way? Do you feel like Amber made a mistake while she was
Definitely.
on the stand? Because you're saying it's the celebrity, it's Johnny, it's the people who support him. But what about you
this guy's
and your
keeping
team?
us cool, bro.
Well, and that's an excellent question. And to say, and you know, Amber even said on the stand, I am not perfect. I am a human being. These people were giving her death threats. They threatened to microwave her baby.
I don't think you heard the question. The question was, what mistakes did you make? And she's talking about people threatening her on social media. Of course, if you do something so bad to one of the most beloved actors in the entire world, you're gonna get threatened, all right? You literally ruined his life for 6 years. You got him thrown out of everything he loves doing, acting, Pirate 6, everything. Like, you ruined his life completely, demonized him in the eyes of everybody. Like, of course you're gonna get threats.
Oh, is there something else we feel we should have done? Yes.
There we go.
Absolutely. I redo my closings 100 times afterwards.
So you
whether
admit
I
you
win
made
or
mistakes,
lose.
right?
That's part of being
I
a
don't
good
know.
lawyer, a good trial lawyer is
Right.
there's always something.
You would know
But
a lot
I think
about
that
that?
there were a lot of influences here that were beyond our control. And I think the social media, it was like a Roman Colosseum. Is the best way to describe the atmosphere here. And I have to believe that the jury, even though they're told not to go and look at anything, they have weekends, they have families, they have
Yeah, they were
social
not
media.
I mean,
Foster.
I'm sure you, like, nobody follows that, let's be real. If there is a weekend in a trial, everybody is looking at social media. You think the entire, like, you're telling me this lawyer stayed off social media? Like, no human being is staying off social media, all right, and not looking at stuff related to the case. And funny how, like, immediately after stuff went viral on social media, Amber Heard started to change her arguments pretty much accordingly. There's actually, like, a clip of exactly what she said wrong, and then this clip goes viral, and then she immediately changes the story. It's like, she definitely has been looking at social media. Like, to say that they haven't is ridiculous. They just have to say that for like, you know, like, oh, don't look at it. It's kind of like that dumb rule that's always there but nobody follows, you know?
They were not sequestered.
And the
You know,
10-day period we had, how could they not have been influenced?
But Elaine, for most people watching this trial, and a lot of people, as you know, it got huge views. It just seemed to be a
Huge views, baby, huge views. Let's go.
seemed to be so messy and salacious and so tawdry on both sides. On both sides. And I think for a lot of people from the outside looking in thought both of them were not telling the truth and that they had both, they mutually abused each other. Do you
Okay,
not-
this argument is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, because you can see the extent of abuse from Amber's side, and you can see Johnny Depp as a person who's just responding to whatever the heck she's doing, okay? If I got abused to the extent throughout all these years, I would snap, bro. I'd be like I wouldn't be able to keep it together. Like, the fact that Johnny was, like, he's such a chill guy. Like, the fact that he even got out of this alive is actually commendable, all right? When people say, oh, both sides of abuse, that's the dumbest take ever, because you're ignoring what actually happened.
not believe that that was the case?
No, and that's one of the many misnomers. The way that Depp's team approached this was based on ignorance of domestic violence. They completely ignored the cycle of violence and just said, oh, she wouldn't have done this if he had been hitting her. That was their approach.
So you thought that they weren't.
No, their approach was literally proving she lied multiple times. You can see the I mean, you were in the damn room. Okay, dude. People really had the audacity to tell me, oh, the lawyers are actually competent. I didn't expect. There was literally a comment I got. I lost all respect for you, Pegasus, because you're making fun of the lawyers who just got paid to do their job and not actually just, you know, focusing on Amber. I can spot an idiot from a mile away. I've been doing this for 3 years, all right? I know what an idiot looks like. That, my friends, is an idiot, okay?
Fighting fair?
Lawyer
I don't
defenders,
think
am
they
I
were
right?
fighting fair.
Come on.
You think
Absolutely.
Amber Heard is, in fact, a survivor of domestic violence?
Yes, I absolutely believe that. And there's a tremendous amount of evidence, much of which did not come into this trial, did come into the UK trial.
Based on what I saw, like, I can only judge based on what I saw, right? And based on what I saw, Johnny Depp was 100% the one who got abused. Amber Heard barely has a case at all. And the way she's talking is as if everybody saw this hidden evidence that was just somehow there in the walls or something. And first off, she's acting surprised that she lost the case. And then she's saying that, oh, I could never bring in my most convincing evidence. Then that's why you lost the goddamn case, right? Because it wasn't there. I don't know. I don't believe there was this absolute hidden evidence, because it's like so many audio recordings, so many clips, so many patterns of behavior, Amber's previous partners, everything. Like, every single person Amber's ever known just does not support her except her sister. I don't believe it.
We even had more evidence. We had medical records. We had mental health records that went back to 2012 that were contemporaneous. We had text messages from Mr. Depp's assistant saying, when I told him that he had kicked you, he cried.
So how
That
is she
didn't come
today,
in.
Elaine? How is she today? What
She's
is what is
heartbroken.
Wait, why wasn't that allowed to put? Okay, I don't know how courts work. Clearly, it's a bit weird how the system operates or whatever. I don't know if she's making this up. She better not be making this up, because you're gonna get sued for defamation, to be honest.
her next move?
She's right. Well, her next move is appeal. There were
But
a
she's
number.
heartbroken.
She is
Pathetic.
heartbroken. And one of the first things that she said when she came back from the verdict, when we went into the conference room, was, "I am so sorry to all these women."
She said that?
Yes. She
Okay,
felt
shut up, Amber. You're such a she's an actress, all right? Elaine, do you not understand what an actress is? Jesus Christ. Oh my God, she's so full of it. I can imagine, like
she had let down all of these women.
Yes, you
because
have.
She, had
She
more
has.
evidence
She
than
has.
most people
By
do.
lying.
And yet they still didn't believe her.
Elaine Charleston Bredehoff, thank you so much.
No, don't thank her. What the hell are you?